Close your eyes and imagine our planet without dinosaurs. No towering Tyrannosaurus Rex, no gigantic Brachiosaurus grazing the treetops. It's hard to picture, isn't it? Dinosaurs have captivated our imaginations for centuries, yet their reign represents only a chapter in Earth's long and dramatic history. To understand their world, we must first journey back to a time before their existence, a time when life itself was just beginning to find its footing. Our journey begins over 4 billion years ago on an Earth vastly different from the one we know. This was a time when the planet was still forming, a chaotic and tumultuous period in Earth's history. The surface was a violent and ever-changing landscape, constantly reshaped by the forces of nature. Imagine a planet cloaked in volcanic eruptions, its surface a molten sea of fire and rock. Rivers of lava flowed freely, creating new landmasses while destroying others. The air was thick with ash and smoke, making it difficult for any form of life to survive. This was Earth in its infancy, a hostile and unforgiving environment. The ground was unstable, and the atmosphere was filled with toxic gases. It was a world where only the most resilient forms of life could hope to take root. Yet within this chaos, the seeds of life were sown. Amidst the fiery landscape, the building blocks of life began to form. Simple molecules combined to create more complex structures, setting the stage for the emergence of life. The early Earth was a crucible of intense heat and volcanic activity. It was a place where the elements combined in ways that would eventually lead to the creation of life. The extreme conditions acted as a catalyst, driving the chemical reactions necessary for life to begin. Constant meteor bombardments shook the planet's surface, while noxious gases filled the atmosphere. These impacts brought with them new materials and energy, further contributing to the complex chemical processes taking place. It was an alien world, seemingly inhospitable to life as we know it. The surface was barren and lifeless, and the conditions were extreme. Yet it was precisely these harsh conditions that made the emergence of life possible. And yet from these extreme conditions, life would emerge. The first simple organisms began to appear, finding ways to survive and thrive in this hostile environment. These early life forms would pave the way for the incredible diversity of life that we see on Earth today. In the depths of primordial oceans, near volcanic vents spewing heat and chemicals, the first life appeared. These weren't the complex creatures we know today. These were single-celled organisms, simple microbes yet remarkably resilient. These pioneers thrived in the harsh conditions, their existence marking a turning point in Earth's story. These early microbes, through the remarkable process of photosynthesis, began to harness sunlight and convert it into energy. This process released oxygen as a byproduct, slowly changing the composition of the atmosphere. Over millions of years, oxygen levels rose, paving the way for a new era of life. Around 540 million years ago, life on Earth underwent a dramatic transformation known as the Cambrian explosion. This period marked a significant turning point in the history of life, as it saw the rapid emergence of a multitude of new and complex organisms. The seas, which had been relatively barren, suddenly became bustling with activity and life. In a relatively short period, a dazzling array of new life forms emerged. These new species exhibited a variety of shapes, sizes, and modes of living, showcasing the incredible adaptability and creativity of life. The Cambrian seas were a veritable laboratory of evolution, where natural selection worked at a breathtaking pace. The oceans teemed with strange and wonderful creatures, many unlike anything alive today. From bizarre, spiny creatures to soft-bodied organisms with intricate patterns, the Cambrian period was a time of unparalleled biological innovation. These ancient waters were home to a variety of life forms that would lay the foundation for future evolutionary paths. It was an explosion of diversity, a burst of evolutionary creativity. The sheer number of new species that appeared during this time is staggering, and many of these organisms developed unique adaptations that allowed them to thrive in their environments. This period of rapid diversification set the stage for the complex ecosystems we see today. Among these Cambrian creatures were trilobites, armored arthropods that scuttled across the seabed. These fascinating creatures were among the first to develop complex eyes, giving them a significant advantage in their underwater world. Trilobites would go on to become one of the most successful groups of early animals, with thousands of species spanning millions of years. Jellyfish drifted through the water, and early worms burrowed in the mud. These simple yet effective life forms played crucial roles in the Cambrian ecosystems, contributing to the nutrient cycles and food webs that sustained the burgeoning marine life. The interactions between these organisms were complex and dynamic, reflecting the intricate balance of nature. This period witnessed the emergence of the first predators, like the enigmatic Anomalocaris, a fearsome hunter with grasping appendages and compound eyes. Anomalocaris was a top predator of its time, preying on smaller creatures and playing a key role in shaping the evolutionary arms race. Its presence in the Cambrian seas is a testament to the complexity and interdependence of early marine ecosystems. For billions of years, life had flourished in the oceans, but gradually life began to explore a new frontier land. This transition from water to land was a pivotal moment in Earth's history. Plants were among the pioneers, their roots anchoring them to the soil and their leaves reaching for the sun. With plants came insects, their exoskeletons providing protection from the elements. This transition to land opened up a world of possibilities, leading to the evolution of amphibians, reptiles, and ultimately the dinosaurs. The period following the Cambrian explosion saw the rise of many fascinating creatures. In the oceans, giant sea scorpions hunted prey, while early fish with bony skeletons evolved. On land, Dimetrodon, a reptile with a large sail on its back, roamed the landscape. These creatures may seem strange and even monstrous to us, but they were marvels of adaptation, perfectly suited to their environments. Their existence laid the groundwork for the diversity of life that would follow. Around 252 million years ago, life on Earth faced its greatest challenge yet: the Permian Extinction, also known as the Great Dying. This catastrophic event was unlike anything the planet had ever experienced. It was a time when the very fabric of life was torn apart, and the future of all living organisms hung in the balance. Volcanic eruptions on a massive scale spewed ash and toxic gases into the atmosphere, triggering a chain reaction of environmental catastrophes. These eruptions were so intense that they covered vast areas with lava and ash, blocking out sunlight and drastically altering the climate. The toxic gases released led to acid rain, which further devastated the already struggling ecosystems. The oceans acidified, temperatures soared, and over 90% of marine species and 70% of terrestrial species vanished. The once thriving coral reefs turned into desolate graveyards, and the lush forests were reduced to barren wastelands. The air was thick with the stench of decay, and the silence of extinction echoed across the planet. The Great Dying was a period of unimaginable devastation, but it also marked a turning point. In the midst of this chaos, the seeds of new life were being sown. The planet, though scarred, began to heal. The charred Earth started to show signs of recovery, and the fossilized remains of the past served as a reminder of the resilience of life. From the ashes of this extinction arose new opportunities. Small, hardy plants began to take root in the desolate landscape, and the few surviving creatures adapted to the new conditions. These pioneers of the post-Permian world laid the foundation for a new era of life on Earth. It was a time of experimentation and adaptation where only the most resilient species could thrive. The dinosaurs, who had emerged in the late Triassic, were perfectly positioned to take advantage of the vacant ecological niches. They evolved rapidly, diversifying into a wide array of species that would dominate the planet for the next 160 million years. These magnificent creatures roamed the Earth, filling the skies, land and seas with their presence. The Permian Extinction, though a tragedy, set the stage for the Age of Dinosaurs, a period that would capture the imagination of humankind for millennia to come. This new beginning was a testament to the enduring power of life, showing that even in the face of the greatest adversities, life finds a way to not only survive, but to flourish and evolve into new and wondrous forms. In every grain of sand, in every breath you take, lies the whisper of ancient Earth. We are not just observers of history, we are its living legacy. From stardust to civilization, our story is one of resilience, wonder, and endless possibility. Remember, you are the universe experiencing itself. A miracle 4.5 billion years in the making. What will you do with your chapter of Earth's grand story? See you another day with another topic. Until then, feel the universe. Please like, subscribe, and share to support our channel's growth.